Everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not your financial advisor, and this is not a trading room. It's only strictly education. We had the Autotrade just closed a position on the ES, and one trade. We started right before 10 o'clock. Was the first trade. A little done with that trade. And there is much more to go, actually, on the trade. But it was one trade. One time. Look, if you measure from last night, overnight, look at this. This is around couple thousand, and couple thousand. This is 1700. This is really amazing. And the Nasdaq, we still have the Nasdaq on a run. Has not closed position yet. And it doesn't look like the Nasdaq trade is gonna close at the moment. So the Nasdaq is going to be, remember guys, today is a Friday, and is any problem with the, no, okay. It's a Friday, and we hit the institutional numbers early today. So on the Nasdaq, here is the target. The final target actually for the Nasdaq is 1259. This is it. I'm not expecting anything longer above that number. So you gotta be very careful because the market has been trending. Look, it's closed right now and it start going to the opposite direction. Speaking of a devil, but it's not yet over, and there is not much left. What time is it now? Let's see what those guys send in. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Danielle from Tel Aviv. This is very good, Danielle. Yesterday, I think, yes, he made, actually, he sent me the template yesterday. I didn't looked at it yet. I forgot to put it on to test it. But Danielle from Tel Aviv, he makes some very decent template. And this is the one this is the one you sent me yesterday. And David, he made this template for the micro account, and 1 minute, and he made $230 because he just made this template, so he's testing it on a sim, and this is very good. That's what you should do. You should test it on a sim when you are making a new template. But he did it yesterday, and he sent me this template yesterday. I didn't have time to put it on. Very good, David. Very good. You went from zero to, why I call you David? Danielle. We have another one from Israel as well. His name David. You are Danielle. I always get mixed between those two. And good morning, sir. All right. So now I lost track. Yeah. Today, right now, it is Friday. Friday is always a break every rules, guys. Friday is an early hit and run on Friday. Remember, I mean, the market is not just a black and white. That's why your auto trade should not be just a blue and red. Should be neutral, your auto trade. Your auto trade should be not just plus or minus, not long or short. It's like you're driving a car on three wheels. The auto trade, any auto trade, if it's going just positive or negative, short trade or long trade, you are in trouble. If you notice on this is not an ATR. This is a bunch of indicators together, and it measures the price line. It's not a dummy ATR out of date 20 years ago. This is a price line. There is total different advanced trading. And anytime you trade, you should be on three wheels: long, neutral, short, or short, neutral, long. You cannot go in the market on two wheels, either short or long. You're missing 20% of the equation in the trading, because the market does not just keep going up or keep going down. The market go on neutral. And this is the biggest failure on the auto trading, especially when guys are selling auto trades. They don't know how to trade, and they want to sell auto trades, and they don't know how to trade a paperback. In any chart, you have a neutral. Let me before we look at the auto trade, as we said on Wednesday, your money is in the blue chart, not in the white chart. As long as this ES above the 41.11, it's nothing but a pullback entry long. Period. No short in there. Finished. No discussion. Let me show you something. If this market sink below the 41.06, push your handbrake, flatten out all the market. You cannot trade below the 41.06. I've been doing this for 27, going to 28 years. So if you want to challenge me on that, you're welcome to come down and challenge me on this. I have been behind my computers more than I have been with my kids. So below the 41.06, you cannot auto trade, you cannot manual trade, you cannot do anything. You just push a handbrake and you sit on the side. However, when the market go below the 41.06, the market is gonna shovel like you shovel your cards. Once the chart become in the clear, then it's ready to go. Other than that, you are a dead meat in the market, and take it from me. Like me, dislike me, you can bubble your mouth as much as you want. The end of the day is we're talking about your money. We're talking about how to save your money. You want to accept it or not. Because if you're going to deny, you're going to lose your pension. You're going to lose your account. If you're counting on somebody to give you money to invest, those investors, they're not going to give it to lousy traders. They're going to give it to smart traders, the money. So if you're not a smart trader, the only things you're going to be invested in this market is one big piece of banana. if you are looking for a company to invest money for you, with you, in you, you have to understand when to jump in the field and when to bail out and when you have to sit on the side. If you're using your own money, you don't want to listen. Don't listen. My children don't listen. They have an ear problem as well. But it is, at the end of the day, it's your money. Take it or leave it. If you don't want to listen, when you lose your pension, then you're gonna hit yourself with a shoe because you lost your pension, and you would say, I should have listened to this crazy man Sam. So I've been doing this. I have spent more time behind the market more than I have spent time with the wife and the children. So this is my life. This is my blood. This is all what I know. And there is a certain area on the chart you cannot auto trade and you cannot manual trade. So as long as we are above that line, you are on a pullback re-entry long all day long. Once this market go below the 4108, you just hit the panic button and flat out every trade you have in the market. And you sit on the side to see if this market gonna confirm the short or we gonna still go in long. If you don't do that, buy a nice coffin for your money, because they are going to be dead. Take it or leave it. Like me or dislike me. Just take a number if you don't like me, because there is many people in front of you also don't like me when I say the truth. So be wise, be smart about your money. Like Mr. Daniel in Tel Aviv, he did a wonderful template on the Nasdaq. He sent it to me yesterday. I forgot all about it today. What does it cost micro account on Nasdaq? How much it costs you to invest? You can tell he's from Tel Aviv because he's not very generous. He's using one contract on the Nasdaq. He's not generous. He's gonna put 10 contracts in there, but he's effective. It's not the money he put. How much it costs to invest one lousy micro account on a Nasdaq or an ES? Nothing. How much he got return on that trade? More than 100 times. So the thing is, it's not the amount of money you are using, is the knowledge you know about the market. It's not how much money you have. If you have $50,000, you don't know how to trade, you can lose your $50,000 in one day. To gain this $50,000, it might take you 1 year. So we cannot be irrelevant to the reality. And you're not going to have anyone come into the public and put you right back where you belong, which has created a lot of people don't like me. Some competitors don't like me. They go under bananagmail.com. They can talk about me and they can do anything they want. It doesn't matter. The reality is the market, it cannot be positive and negative. It can be sideways. Any guy has been around the block. He knows when to jump into the market and when to stay way, way, way away from the market. So as long as this ES, as long as this Nasdaq, guys, I don't need the genius guys to do that. As long as this market above that line, this is a heavy support area. There is a heavy support area from 4111 all the way down to even 4103. This is a solid break And if this market break those levels, this means the market is in turbulence. Once the market in turbulence, now you start having a hole in your pocket, and the money start dripping from your holes in your pocket. So as long as for today, Friday, because Friday is usually different than the other days, as long as this market above those levels, you're safe to trade, you are safe to auto trade, you are in a good shape, but not for long. Because as we said, like the NASDAQ, we're not expecting now, because on a Friday, usually those numbers hit very early, and I'm not expecting the NASDAQ anymore than the 596 level. I'll be very surprised from now to 12 o'clock, the morning session, the NASDAQ is going to cross above that number. It might go 1 bar, 2 bars more, because they know how to monk us around. Those market movers, they know how to get under our skin. And I don't see the ES going above the 41.31 for the morning session. I don't see it. Then what happened once we get to those levels, you might gonna say, well, it's too early. Yes, it is too early. So what they do, they drop it to those levels somewhere around 41.13, which will cross that bridge when we get there. But, or what they do, during those years, you know the track, you know how those market movers, you start thinking like what they are doing. In order to understand your enemy, you have to understand how he behave. And he's not using Renko bar. Trust me, he's not using a Renko bar. He's using 15 or 30 minutes chart. On some instruments, maybe he's using 4 hours charts. But they can go keep us back and forth in those levels as we see right now. And then around 11 o'clock, they hit us with the target 3, as you see on the chart, because those institutional number, and then a profit taken, and then it's finished for today. Or if we climb right now to those numbers, profit taken, and then it's going to sink all the way back to the 41.12 on the ES. This is how they manipulate the price, and this is how they confuse you. So if we turn on the dishwasher machine called Autotrade, and we are not aware of their games, you're going to fall into a trap. The end of the day, this is your money. This is your money. As I said on Wednesday, we have it luxury now. When I started, it was 27 years ago, it was no internet, and when the customers need to get filled, we have to fax him, and back then, you cannot see the numbers anywhere because it was no internet. So if the broker tell you back then the ES was 540, 550, the ES. Now it is 4,121. On our days, it was 500, 550, somewhere around there. When Clinton became a president, the ES crossed the 600. So, and go back to the history and see. So, back then, whatever your broker tell you, the number, you have to accept. And it was no E-mini. So the take was a real take and the ES was a real ES. Nobody, 99.9% of Ninja Trader customers, including my customers, they only trade E-mini ES. But actually there is the bigger ES, the future ES. It's 10 times. Whatever you make if you make $100 on the E-mini, that is $1,000 on the big ES. So back then you used to have the broker, if he tells you it is 1,000, if it is 4,122, you have to accept what the broker is telling you because you had no access to the numbers. So the market has become a luxury where you read the market tick by tick, but then there is something happen when the internet come out. There is no more movement like it used to be. What I mean by movement, the market has become like in our days, we used to have something called V shape. We used to have on the chart M shape or W shape. Now they don't exist. Why? Because of the high frequency trader and internet, the prices has smoothed out. You have 1 million people are selling ES and you have 1 million people buying ES. So the prices has smoothed out a lot and it become more difficult for an educated person to dive into flat market. It's not like it used to be. Back then, you can call your broker and tell him, give me 2 ES and sell it on $1,000 profit, 1 point or 2 points. And on an average day, within half an hour, you get a couple $1,000. You don't need to look at monitors. You don't need to. Now it's totally different game. So by using an ATR indicator, positive or negative, you're just jumping on one leg. You're missing one more leg. So what I'm trying to say, guys, try to squeeze in your head for your own safety. There is a positive, negative, and neutral. When we're talking about neutral, this is where you start avoiding big losses. This is where you start avoid losing money when you understand there is a neutral in the market. What you've been told by some other guys selling auto trade, and they give you an auto trade missing one leg because the guy don't have a brain for it. But you are the one should be having a brain, and you should understand the market have a neutral sideways. Because this guy cannot trade a paperback does not mean you should be not able to trade a paperback. So what I'm saying is the neutral, you have to put it in your brain. And one thing, no one is putting a stick over your head and tell you you have to trade every day. Nobody have a stick over your head. When you open the charts in the morning and when you see the market are neutral, sideways, call it whatever you want, flat, call it whatever you want. If you want to wait a little bit, do that. Wait 5 minutes, wait 10 minutes. If you are auto trading, as we have talked, if this market break this wall, it's very thick wall. If this market break that wall, push your brakes, flatten out everything. This means the whole entire market is going to change direction, and it could be false alarm, neutral. So when the market break, you don't react on the first movement in the market. The last 27 years, there is so many smart systems come out to on board. And they came in fast and they left as fast as they came in. The only thing, one method has not ran out for the last 27 years, identify trend, pullback, re-entry, not a breakout, pullback. So the things is sometimes they take us and they say, oh God, I'm going to miss a trend. And I better jump and take that trade because it looked like I'm going to miss a trend. And then what you do, you jump in, and then what happened to the market? Go back. Now you are in a hole, 200, 300. Don't get excited. Be disciplined. If you miss that trend, live with it. Tomorrow, another one. But don't burn your fingers. So when we are auto trading and we had $2,000 and now we are on 1,200, we are evaluating what's going on in the market. We understand if this market keeps sinking, it could be wipe up all our profit. And we understand, as we said from the beginning, I'm not expecting this market to go above this line, the yellow line, target 3. If you notice here on the target 3, profit is taken and then coming back to the support area. It's going to climb again to the target 3, profit taken and take a dump. And then we are going to sink in, as we said, to the 41.14. This is a normal movement in the market, and there is no surprising what is going on in this market. There is nothing surprising about this market movement today because we are predicting it ahead of time. Where is how elastic this ES today? How much we can stretch this ES? And where is our limitation on this ES? It's not your auto trade like what this idiot told you. Go ahead and optimize your auto trade and have a nice life. This is wrong. You never see donkey playing piano, and you will never see donkey playing piano. So sometimes the market can give us doors open to make more money, and sometimes the market squeeze us to get the hell out of Dodge. That's it. You cannot be sitting in the rain day and night pumping money in the market. No. The only thing is your heart is going to pump out. So what I'm saying is you have to be smart. You have to be smart. When to jump in, dancing with a gorilla, and when you need to run away. If you don't take my word seriously, talk to me after 6 months and let me see how well you are doing. You will be losing your money before 6 months is over. Guaranteed. I'll give you stample on it as well. As we see here, this trade was on $2,000 profit, and your profit starts shrinking, and it's coming to this line here, 41.14. It is the trader call to decide what to do. There is a possibility this market gonna go all the way to the support area and then going back. This is the trader decision, because the limitation of that trade today on the NASDAQ and on the ES, it is target 3, done over with. There is nothing to discuss. I don't care how you optimize your auto trade, and I don't know where you brought your auto trade from. It's not going to fly for you, and the millions of traders is not going to fly for them. You have to remember, you're not the only one on the highway driving on a cruise control. There is millions of traders like you, smarter than you are, better equipped with auto trades than you are. They are trading online as you are. So you're not a lonely soldier out there, with a banana. So there is a lot of people out there. They are also auto trading. In order for you to make $10, somebody has to lose $10. In order for you to make $10, it cannot be 100 traders in the market and 100 traders make money. Where's the money gonna come from? It comes from those guys are tourists in the trading. They are uneducated. This is where those companies, the big companies, get fed well from idiots. They don't get fed from well-trained trader. They get fed from a guy is smoking the wrong cigarettes. So, or if he thinks he's very smart or cute enough, he can get away with it. With the money, where there is money, there is nobody is cute in here. There is no one is cute in here. Whether you are black, white, yellow, green eyes, brown eyes, I don't care. Whether your name is Tom or Jerry is irrelevant. You're just a number at your broker. Is irrelevant. The smartest one will survive, and the ones, not the smart ones, the ones did their homework, they will survive, and the ones that just thinks is a dishwasher machine, they will be passing by, and then they will be disappearing within 6 months or 3 months. So, as we see here, the clock is 10:31. The limitation on the ES is not going to be exceeding what we were expecting. I'm expecting to hit target 3, pulling back to the support, which right now, as we see, we have confirmed the support area. It has been confirmed. Is a pullback re-entry from morning till to noon. As long as this market above that number right now, 41.14, we are fine on a pullback re-entry all day long. You can sit down and click pullback re-entry. Target 3 is the last target for today. And once they hit the target 3, you can see how the market dropped because it's a profit taking. Not because you optimize your auto trade. They don't recognize you. They don't recognize your auto trade. And probably the smart ones are using Rank-A-Bar. So now they are totally blindfold. So this is our limitation for today. So when we are auto trading today, has nothing to do with your optimization or the time frame you are using. No. What really counts, this market has given us limit. Your limitation today, 41.27. This is your max limitation for today on the ES. Whether you are taking one trade or taking 10 contracts is irrelevant. Whether you are using 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes is irrelevant. This is your limitation on this ES for today. For the NASDAQ, this is your limitation, the target 3. If they're going to yank it a little bit more, they're going to go ahead and put it to the 126.19. There is not much different between 599 and 618. There is not much different. On a Friday, once I see the target 3 hit, I close it and run as fast as I can. Go buy flour to your wife. You will be much more useful to be in the market. So it's not the optimization. It's not the performance. It's the market decide for us if we are going to make money or we have to be on neutral on the side. So today what I'm trying to bring you, that the neutral word has to be in your head before long and short. Because when you come into this market and the market is in neutral, you always lose money. So right now, I'm going to leave this market. I don't want to sit down and start dropping today charts on Autotrade. Just bear with me to protect your money. Just to protect your money. Don't stay here because I have a beautiful voice. No. I want you to stay trying to get my point. Because once you understand what I'm telling you, nobody else is going to tell you those facts. No one. And probably they don't even know it, to be honest with you. They're just a car salesman. But now it's 10:35. I'm going to shut up. I want you to bear with me, put everything on the side, turn off all your auto trade. Don't make money. Try to understand what I'm saying, and let me see. Here is the market right in front of you. Show me where you're going to make money right now. Show me where you're going to make money. Once this market, the Nasdaq, hit target 3, because I don't know what they're thinking, if they want to extend it, it will be extended to the 126.26. But for sure, it will be profit taken on 3. The same thing happened on the ES. A little at the time, they're going to start sinking here. Look at this. So if you are really smart, you want to discredit what I'm saying, I challenge you, go ahead, be my guest, jump, and let me see how good you are. Be my guest. You have a buffet table, all the ticks you can eat for $9.95. Go ahead, yank every tick on the market. Be my guest. Jump. So what I'm going to do today, I'm just the ones they know me for a long time, they know. But the ones I understand that, Lorenzo, but we're going to stay for another 20 minutes to see where this market going. And it's irrelevant if it's yesterday was a holiday or today is a holiday. It's irrelevant because it's going to be the same, Lorenzo, in the summer. When the kids are out of school, it's going to be like a holiday in the market. When the people going on a Christmas, it's going to be like a holiday here. On the day you eat your turkey, the market is over till the end of the year. From the Thanksgiving Day all the way to New Year Eve, we close our books. In the summer, there is no performance in the market. So it's not just today or yesterday is a holiday, Lorenzo. You cannot avoid market going sideways. Around the summer, when the kids are out of school, the market has no volume. A spike, we don't know when it spikes, maybe after 1 hour or 2 hours, maybe it will not. You need that trader to sit down behind the screen, and you need to he need to understand where he is. He cannot go ahead on a high-rise building, blindfolded, and walk on the edge of a building. He needs to see where he's going. So it's not just about holiday today or yesterday or next week. It's going to be a lot of holidays. Around the Christmas, the day you eat your Thanksgiving, the market is over. You close your books. The only time you start taking trades when you see something very attractive. When you see a very nice, juicy steak with a beautiful red wine, you jump on it. Only, but you don't day trade after Thanksgiving. Around the summer, you cannot day trade. Not unless if you know what you're doing. Because when the market is neutral, which that's why I'm highlighting the neutral, it's not just long and short. Because now we are going in July, June and July, August. There is some other European countries, they take, I don't want to name any country, but there is some countries, they take holidays after August. And some countries in August, some countries in June, July. So in June, July, the market is going to be flattened out, not unless if there is a news in the market can shake the market up or down. But on a normal day, like a Friday, Monday, is going to be limitation. And the guy, before he turned on his dishwasher machine in the morning, He needs to see what's going on in the market. If he don't like it, he need to wait 10 minutes before he turn it on. Because if this market here drop below the 41.14, there is nothing left. After 27 going to 28 years, if you tell me, Sam, I need to take a trade, should I go long or short? I'll tell you, flip a coin. That will be your better option. Don't ask me. Because if this market cannot decide for you, the market cannot decide if it wants to go long and short, why you want to take a trade long? If the market has no direction, cannot decide want to go long or short, why you want to make decision in the market? Why? I will wait till the market make a decision and I'll follow the market. But I don't have enough money to move the market because I have money for 10 ES. 10 ES will not budge the market. 20 ES will not budge the market. 30 ES will not budge the market. Can hold it for a couple seconds, but will not budge the market. So, as we see right now, we lost most of the profit on the ES, where not long time ago was on $2,000 profit. Now it is short. On the NASDAQ is short now. Start going short. And here is the problem. Here is the problem. Let me show you. We have $1,500 on this ES. Look at this. Anyone has been following me, I told you, which we hear it a lot, my new customers coming in, I will only trade NASDAQ. Okay. Why this market closed this trade? Why? Look at the ES. What did we say an hour ago? If this market go below that number, pull your emergency brakes, okay? Why this NASDAQ went back? As we have said on the previous videos for many years, if you want to trade the NASDAQ, you don't have the ES chart, you lost. The NASDAQ can go up and down, can go in a circle, goof around the ES. But once the ES has to break a major number, the NASDAQ hold. In order for you to understand the NASDAQ, you have to monitor the ES. So, look at this. It's taken short. It's taken short. Where is the ES? This is what is holding it, 41.14. Your auto trade is struggling. Even if this auto trade making money and you start getting excited, once the ES hit the support area, you need to close the NASDAQ immediately if the ES not able to break that trade. 1 minute you are up $2,000, and now you can easily go in a whole $2,000 if you don't have your eyes open. So now I have a trade on the NASDAQ, and I know it's a very unstable trade. Extreme high risk trade. Look at the NASDAQ and look at the ES. Tell me if you can figure it out. Just bear with me here. What is the NASDAQ stopping? If this ES a break, you are on a couple $1,000 and you need to close it immediately. Why? because you have a lot of support area here. And that is not going to do the trick on the ES. It's going to pull back. So now we understand, if we break that area, this one here, look at this. Look how it is reflecting your PNL. Look. Once this market comes here, there is nothing left. The ES is going to kick back. This is where you maximize the profit on this one, because this trade is an extreme high risk trade. The market is going from the long to the short. When the market is going between the long and the short, you should not be trading. You should hold back for a few minutes, because now we are rebooting our brain from before we were going on long, and now we need to reset our brain to go on a short. Now, if we monitor the profit on this NASDAQ trade, or in this matter, even if you are trading ES, it's the same story. There we go. It closed. And here on this ES, you had over $1,000. The market fell. As we said when we started this webinar, we were expecting that. And the market fight back to go long. Because right there, the market was on neutral, wanted to go down. It did not. It fell. And now what it does is going up again. 1 minute you have over $1,000, and now your profit is sinking. So now forget this. Now you start losing anyway. It doesn't matter. What time is it? It's 10:48. We started this webinar at 10 o'clock. Tell me what we missed on the ES we didn't mention. What we said we are expecting. Your limitation today is target 3. Merry Christmas. And if they want to monk us around, they're going to maybe take it a little bit more, few bars, just to get us lost. Confusing us. What happened? Nothing. Where's the institutional number? 41.27 on the ES, which it hit, profit taken, and almost hit on the NASDAQ. Nothing happening. What happened right now? This market is in neutral. Tried to go down, fell. And now what they're doing? They're going up again. Is it going to go far? No. If you want to measure the pressure in the tires, if you wanted to measure how strong the strength is, we'll look at your cockpit instruments, and we can see there is a mixed. From 1 to 30 minutes, is mixed. The poor ES is not taking a pure oxygen. It's mixed. So he's not going to fly. Okay? He's staying, and he's going to monk us around, make us lose money from now to 12 o'clock. There is not enough momentum above the target 3. The market delivered to the target 3, but now it is 10:50. After 11, as we said, you start picking up your ticks off the table. Now you start need to pack up. You need to start closing positions after 11 o'clock. Get ready for Friday. So even a support don't want to work in the afternoon. So this is the limitation, despite if you are using 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4 minute, 5 minutes ES or NASDAQ, The market has set the limitation what you can do today. It's not your dishwasher machine because you optimized it last week. No. Whether the dishwasher machine coming from us or somebody else is irrelevant. The market is limited. Nothing with your optimization is going to change the fact. Nothing with your bright ideas is going to change the fact. The market set the limitation how much we can grab. The problem is when we get the steaks in our mouth and we don't chew on it. So when the doors are open, you need to grab your takes and run. So again, guys, we are going to face June and July. Could be August. The market is going to be dead. This is where it does not mean, oh, what I'm going to do. No, this is where you need to learn on the chop market. This is where you need to do your training when there is no action in the market and the market is sideways, because then you get the proper training how you can approach a sideways market. Because once you start learning approaching the sideways market, neutral. Once you put the word neutral in your head, it's not just long and short, then your survival increase over 50%. Because most of those amateur trading, is it long, Sam, or is it short? Should I go long or should I go short? How about neutral? How about stay out for today? If I get up at 10:53 and I see this market, I'm not jumping in. I stay away. I'll save my money. I will live another day on Monday, see if there is a better trade, see if this market is trending, save my money, enjoy my weekend with my family. This is the smart trader, not the guy who made on a P&L 1,000 or 2,000 is irrelevant. This is the smart trader. This is the productive trader. The trader has a future. Not the guy can kick butts and make $1,000 today. He can kick butts today and make 1,000, and tomorrow his butt will be kicked and lose 10,000. Is irrelevant. So, guys, I give 100% and the rest is up to you. I'm going to stay for 5 more minutes here. I wanted to, just to prove my point here, the market is finished after the target 3 hit. There is nothing left. And this is what we expected, and this is what happened. So, folks, I don't know what happened in the afternoon. After many years from jumping from European market to US market to Asian market, my fuses are burned in my brain. So when we were young, we were 24/7. But and on the weekend, if there is nothing left, there is still Forex. This was wrong. What I'm saying is, try to be efficient on the first 2-3 hours, because this is where we function right. And after 2-3 hours, those bars start dance in our eyes. We start making mistakes. So the longer you stay in the market does not mean you are good. So what I'm saying is, try to be accurate the first 2 hours, 3 hours in the market, than to be sitting miserably for 8 hours getting a suntan from your monitors. This is not healthy, guys. This is not healthy. Okay. Today, Danielle. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Look what Danielle did. He showed us this previous trade, and he's using a micro account. Danielle is in Tel Aviv. Look. And he took this one from here to the resistance. Look where he closed it. He melted to the last tick. Truly Jew. Danielle, congratulations. And that is a perfect trade, Danielle. That is a perfect trade. So it doesn't matter if you are on a micro account or micro account on a NASDAQ, $300, you can feed a family with it. Folks, that's all what we have for you today. We wish you a pleasant weekend, and God bless you all.